Here we are again on Hermitcraft and on Twitch. The TV slash the Xisuma. You know how it goes. Check it out. Spoilers! There'll be spoilers all over the place. I'm just going to deal with it. This is what I felt like doing. So I've been just working on the base today and doing stuff for an episode. Then I wanted to stream and I really couldn't think of like anywhere else to go. It was just my head's right in this space right here. So we're gonna go do a daily shard. I can't remember what the plan was. There's one that I did on the other stream that I needed to collect. And then I need to do a daily shard today. So I need to do 2. And I can't remember. I thought I had made note of what one of these other shards would be, but anyway. Bananas in chat from May School, Spooky Dokie, Sir Gemin, Winnie T4. Now says north. That is true. My base. Further portals. Interesting. Why are they on page 2? I feel like... I don't know, I feel like they could all be on one page. Whatever. West! There's so much stuff west. This is cool. This is very cool. Hey, noise in the ear. Uwu ML Uwu is here for those 15 months. Thanks so much, my dude. Appreciate all your support saying pizza. Well, now you're making me think about food. Or feel about food. Very similar. Also, we had Mr. Kentucky sign up on Patreon. Thank you so much for signing up. Appreciate it. Just before I started the stream, actually. Don't know if you're there, but thanks for signing up. Hope you enjoy it and playing on the Let's Play Minecraft Together server. Let's sort these quests of ours out, eh? Should go check out the perimeter, says Vexico official. I mean, it's in that direction. I could go over there and have a little look-see-loo. We got Shadow Doom 123 here for 2 months, and the Drew Seth subscribing. Thank you so much. The one that we did. Which one of these might I do? The one that we did was over here. Yeah, no, not that one. It was. Oh, dang it, False! You beat me to it. I can't claim one. Oh, do you know what? I might just skip it for a couple of days. Punch a hut. Okay. I mean, it's easy. Trigger, custom, set, 38. I've done that so many. That's how dedicated I am. I know that off by heart. Toss another hermit's head into the pit. That I can also do today. So, oh wait a minute. I did the road, didn't I? The road was yesterday. So I can't do 2 today just because I did one and wasn't able to claim it. So I can only get 1 shard. Oh, so sad. I do actually have to find. Oh, Impulse is streaming as well. How about we go punch Impulse? Wait, that means you can tell me. Someone's got to be watching Impulse's stream as well. So tell me. CC Prince Les, thank you so much for 2 months. Greegypt says, how you doing today, X? I'll talk about how I'm doing in a little bit. Thank you so much. I will answer your question with the cheers and the biddies. Curls says in his base. Now, can you help me get to his base? Because I was trying to find it the other day and I got lost. Vexico official, thank you so much for... Why do I feel like I just read your name out a second ago? Did I read a message from chat? And it was you. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. I definitely just read that a second ago. So, Tango's like over there. Where is it from here? The one near the alien land. That looks like alien land. Over Tango's base? That's the thing. Oh, no, that's the perimeter. Which I'm also supposed to visit. But right now, we're focusing on getting a shard done. It's September on Twitch. Nice, says the Drew Seth. Oh yeah, discounts on subscriptions. For September. If that's your thing. Impulse is at his base. I think we've established that, but I don't know how to get there is the problem. Dang it. To the right a bit, says Random Hannah. Thank you. I'll go to the right a bit then. Isn't it like all near pods? Hello. What's this? Whoa, that's so cool. Isn't this XB? I think, whoa, that's so unbelievably cool. I'm pretty sure that's XB. That's gem space. Oh, okay. That means I must be close, right? I'm going to get through a whole stack of these things. Oh no, apparently it is XBs. Well, oh. People are ratting me out. Well, they can rat me out all they want. It looks like I'm not going to find him. All these... Oh, X is coming for you. You can't even calculate that I'm not going to get there. Okay? It's this face we're talking about. This face. Jeez. Like I was ever going to succeed at something. Oh my. I don't even know where a nether portal is. Maybe I should have used the net. Let's just go back towards Tango. Anyways. That is the sound of sipping. On a homemade mocha. Tastes a bit bitter, actually. I think I let it cool a little bit further. That does not taste like the last one that I made. Tango, your base is beautiful, but I now don't know where the nether portal is. Is it still just underneath? Oh, such an amazing base. I mean, his base is decked out. Like, it wasn't the... Oh. Ah! The amount of times I've streamed and just been like, well, that wasn't productive. Here we go. Here we go. I stream and it's always like, oh, I need to get stuff done and be productive. Alright, well, it was 7 minutes in. I've done absolutely nothing. Rabid Turtle, thank you for gifting subs to Trans Tech Girl, Fleena Boy, QDC, Lemon Cat, and Ula Lapis. If you heard your name being read out loud, be sure to say thanks in the chat. Appreciate you, Rabid Turtle, with those gifted subs. We also got Crazy Silverdero for 2 months. Feeling so new compared to some of your other subscribers, but here's to the start of a long subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate your commitment. You'll be rewarded with variety gaming because, my friends, tomorrow, Saturday morning, I'm going to get up, do my morning routine, going to work out, and then I'm going to stream, and it's going to be another variety game. And there's a whole bunch of them that I am excited for. Soup group. Soup group? Super group. Oh! You can tell from where this is in the nether, they were a ways out further along here. Aha! I saw the dot, I saw the gold yellow and like the deep slate blocks and I was like, Impulse must be over here. I was just magnetically drawn. So, do you know what? If he's in here, I'm going to spook him. He won't know what's about to hit him. He's probably not here now, is he? Impulse, where are you? Okay, that's someone else. That is an amazing build. I've got to go back there. That's a cave.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
What's up, man? What are you doing?
Hey, I came here to be neighborly and... Oh, punch you.
And punch me?
Yeah,
Oh.
thanks.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm messing with you.
Is this some sort of quest? No.
It's Ren. Hashtag blame
no.
Ren.
Oh, punch a hermit on camera. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm working on my
knew it.
dailies. Got to keep the score up, you know?
Okay, you probably want that back then, since you did it.
Are you still in the race? I'm assuming not, because you gave away a shard.
Yeah, I did give you the shard. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be competing too hard. You know,
All right.
but I did earn a shard today.
Oh.
Pearl and we co-streamed. What else
Oh,
did
that's
I do?
cool. Oh, dang, I would have tuned in for that had I known. Do you know what I've been doing?
What have you been
sitting
doing?
here watching the X-Files.
Oh, that works too.
I mean, it's a great show, but I think I would have tuned in for a dual stream. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Pearl and I hung out for a little bit. Actually, she took the shard for the dual stream, and then I said hi in her chat, which was another one.
Ah.
And so we took her. Yeah.
Yeah,
both
we're
got
getting
paid.
so many diamonds from all of this, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's gonna end soon, from what I saw in his vault the other day.
Oh, is he running low?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, did you grab one of those party favors before you left?
I didn't take one because I just thought, like, I can't take one of those as well. This has just been.
That's true. You did win.
You know, I won. It was a very strange day for me. I felt like it was not my place to also take a block of diamonds, so I just left it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your head must have been spinning seeing all the people dressed as you. So
I cannot tell you how surreal it was. It really was wonderful, and I enjoyed it immensely. So I said thank you. I'll say thank you again, man. That was so amazing you put that together. Although, do I technically thank Grumbot?
Yeah, the content generator. Yeah, that must have been weird too, because you didn't really have any of the context, right? So the
I just turned up and I was like, "Is this party about me? What's going on?"
Yeah,
there was a second page in that book.
What did it say? It spit out 3 pieces of paper. It said vault, multiply, and Xisuma. And so that was my way of making those 3 work together. And then I figured I'll double dip and do a quest to throw a party, and then it all kind of fits, you know?
That's amazing.
That's how that all came about. But like, you show up and it's just like, what is this?
Yeah.
That's so good.
It was a beautiful day on Hermitcraft. And a strange
it sure
day
was.
too.
It was just fun to have, like, there were like 12 of us. That was a lot of people to get together. That was fun.
Yeah, and I never knew that, what was it, musical chairs could be so fun?
Right, I know. It just came to my mind. I'm like, what kind of like games do people play at parties? And that came to mind. I was like, oh, that could so be done in Minecraft.
Dude, your beard is like magic.
Is it magnificent today?
Just noticing all the shades. As soon as you held that torch, it came to life. You know?
Oh yeah.
You got the dynamic lighting on.
Right.
Oh, it's so cool. Wonderful.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
I need to take a trip over to Grumbot myself at some point. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, the content generator is actually really fun because like it just throws out such random stuff and then gives you a chance to like just think, oh my gosh, that's huge on the ground. Gives you a chance to just like think of odd stuff that you would never have thought of before. I don't think that gets huge on the ground.
Yep,
no.
That's what my chat was screaming at me for. Here we go.
What they want you.
Old man
no.
X.
Oh no. This helmet looks really cool.
It does. It looks good on you.
Wow.
You need one that's like I think like a little darker in tint, and then it'll like match everything really well.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not sure the beard fits you though.
it's like a cursed meme, I think.
Yeah. That's so good. Man, that thing is enormous on the ground. That's funny.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, my dude. I got a stream to do, and the first thing was to get a shard, so I appreciate your participation. Helping me get that.
You bet. Thanks for stopping by. And have a good stream.
Yeah, I'll see you around, dude. Take care.
All right. Yep, you too. Bye.
Oh, look at this sword. It's amazing. And then this over here. Pearl is such a, like, just those organics, just such a crazy, unique style. Building has not been my thing this season, and I gotta say, when you're surrounded by some incredible builders, you know, it's inspiring, but if you haven't got the juice, I ain't got the juice right now for building. Our thing's been redstone and puzzles and stuff like that lately. We've got the monkey programmer here for 3 months. We've got 3 pigs in a coat for 10. We have EXCTKTH for 14 months. I don't know how I've chosen to pronounce that in the past, but I probably would have horrendously butchered it. Anyway, that was good fun. Always nice to drop in on a hermit and say hello, isn't it? It's some good mocha. Now this is a little cooler. It's yeah, it's real tasty. You know me, Mr. Strict with the diet and all of that. Felt just got a little bit overwhelmed today with just. I'm working on things where it's just like a little rabbit hole. It's just like that thing, then that thing, then this thing, and then that thing, and God, it's starting to stress me out a little bit. And I thought, do you know what would be a good cue? I know streaming is my relax time. Don't worry about it time and all that. And I was like, good old mocha, a little hot chocolate in there. That'll do it for me. So tasty. Yeah, like a little treat, a little cue, just to take it easy a bit. And I think I'm gonna finish watching that X-Files episode after. Then I've just gotta clean my kitchen, and that's me for the day. Nice and simple. The rest of it is now. Hey, Xisuma, are you gonna play with modded Minecraft again? At some point in the future, I probably will. Which episode of X-Files was it? It was the one with Bryan Cranston. So I watched a video on YouTube about Breaking Bad, and it talked about how he had been in... Wait, this is the wrong spot. He had been in the X-Files, right? Now, if you didn't know, the creator of the X-Files, or one of the people producing and writing it, also created Breaking Bad. So, they've worked with them before, and apparently the idea is that they were like, who's gonna play our Walter White character, right? Wait a minute, that bloke that we worked with on X-Files, he was good, get him! A little bit more nuanced than that, like the roles were kind of similar. Or that he had like the right traits to kind of play Walter White. So I thought, oh, why don't I go watch that? I went on to Amazon Prime and I was like, oh, I have to pay for this? No. Surely there's somewhere I can just watch the X-Files, and it was on Disney Plus, so I went and watched it on there. See, I have quite a few streaming services, but I share them with all my family. So even though I don't use them a lot, it's like they're kind of there for everyone else as well. Yeah, so I hopped on and watched that one. It was a good episode. I like X-Files. I like the pace. There's just a easy layer of mystery for you to get into without it being too deep. And then I started watching another one after, which supposedly one of the best episodes, and I hadn't seen it. Kind of made me think, I don't think I've actually seen as much as I might have thought, because when I was watching the X-Files, it was probably like 12, 13, and they were probably like reruns on Sky. So I've probably seen like a fair few of the early season stuff, but maybe like there's quite a lot that I haven't. So I think I might, pick my way through some highly rated episodes and see if there's any I've not seen. Chiggin, thank you for 8 months, and God's Read, thank you ever so much for gifting a sub to Respect My Authority, Mad Humph, Sir Munzo, Castman20, and Eve CX. Y'all are appreciated, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Mector says the Shishwami files. Love it. Love it. Oh, do you know what? Oh, I got like a little bit of a creative brain, right? Buzzes around with ideas all the time. But what I'm not great at, really, is like stories and role-playing and stuff. You saw me try to do that last season. It was a difficult process for me. But as soon as you said the Shishwami files, my brain's like, I could do something with that. Like in an episode, we could do like a little parody. I'll have to think on that idea. I've had plenty of those ideas over time. Unfortunately, it's like not a strength of mine. But you could totally imagine a little like jingle of, I don't know, some aliens on Hermitcraft or something. There's more trees here than last time I was here. I like the way this is progressing. This is good. I'll think about it. But I doubt it'll turn into anything. Anyway, we're going to head back to the base. I'm just going to continue doing the grind that I was doing over there. Kiri was also taken. Got it in the end. Thank you for the Prime subscription. God's Read, thank you again for the gifted subs. And Leaf has left. Is here with Cheers and Biddy saying, hey X, haven't caught stream in a while. Just wanted to say I love your videos and I've been watching since the end of season 3 when I was 12. Dang! See, now I'm doing some math in my head. Like, how long ago was season 3? Season 1, 2012. Season 2, 2013. And then season 3, maybe 2014, 15, 16. Somewhere around there. So let's say 7 years ago? Dang! That's crazy. Thank you for watching for so long, my dude. Dang. I love hearing stories like that. Thank you for sharing. It's it's kind of weird. Like my episodes of Hermitcraft have over like 100,000 views. That's an insane amount of people. I know that, but then it just becomes this like number over and over again that you see, and you're just gonna get used to it. It's one of the reasons I like reading comments. It just makes things a little more personal, a little more connected. You know, you hear things directly from your audience as opposed to it just being like a bunch of numbers. But yeah, you forget people have been watching for a long time. People have been watching a long time. So we're in spoiler territory, and I've been contraptioning around here and creating a little system for getting up and down. What I need to do next is put a whole bunch of chests over on this wall. So we're going to have a mouth burp. Oh god, so disgusting and rude. Sort it out, X, you're streaming. That's not polite. Yeah, storage system here feeds into another storage system that feeds into the one down below. So I just wanted to put a bunch of chests together that basically mirror this for a little bit of symmetry. Always with the symmetry in this game, isn't it? Always with the symmetry. This is so good. I'm going to stand here for a second to drink a little bit more. Lucy says, this is my third stream. Absolutely love this. So relaxing. Oh, thank you for continuing to come by. Glad you're getting some relaxation. That's the thing with the stream, right? Just chill vibes over here. See, my brain is just immediately wanting to create like a symmetrical layout. But I know this is going to be different from that. So I should definitely do something different over there. Just stick to like... Stop trying to think and play like that all the time. It's not healthy. It's probably perfectly fine. Water elevator here? I put my water elevator in the middle of the room. I kind of forgot about that idea. I could have actually integrated it with the... The thing is though, if you look up there, it's not here, right? It's going to be way further back. Or at least to around somewhere where the roof is, and then... God, it really looks like it'd be quite limited. Yeah, and now that I built this in the middle, we'll stick with it. Minecraft is a game that'll always haunt you with the what ifs. What if I built this room with that block? Or what if I put that thing a little bit over there? Just gotta, at some point or another, let go of that stuff, I think. So if you don't know the plan, we're taking this away and putting it up top. Because it's been a naughty boy. Naughty portal. And then we're going to seal up all of this right here. So I'm going to have to get some bone blocks. Get an old schematic, if we're going to call it that, to show us where to put those bone blocks too. Have I seen the Minecraft Live announcement, by the way, X? I have. I've just not been on the ball with following that stuff. Mainly because when I do like news videos on Minecraft, I kind of feel like it needs to have like be a big deal, I guess. So I tend not to cover those small details, but I don't know, there's been a few things happening here and there that I feel like are worth talking about at some point. So normally I'm telling all of y'all, right, with the news videos. Oh, so good. So glad I decided to make it a mocha. Luna, Econite, thank you for 7 months. Been watching since season 3. Oh, another 7-year watcher. Thank you so much. Matsubu, 44 months, saying haven't count the streams I could catch over time, but I've enjoyed enough. Enjoyed all of them and still do. Thanks. Appreciate you ever so much, my dude. Appreciate ya. Right, bone blocks. Curls says, puts a sign to not forget the idea, ignores the sign. Jeez! I also had a sign right here that's gone that said put the water elevator there. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to Minecraft. I think it's that one. Ooh. What Y height are we at? 145. How is that so low? I set it really high. Well, oh, I got a bad feeling. I think I got the clients I had loaded muddled up. Uh-huh, that explains a lot. Dang, okay. One thing at a time then. That means that my storage system isn't correctly positioned or something. Right. I feel like some glow liking just over there is probably a good idea. It's probably already a good enough bit, but I'll add just one or two more around this spot. That one's supposed to be just a regular old bone block, isn't it? Now that is looking quite alright to me. The other bit that I got to fill in is this bit here, can you believe it? We've flown through this area so many times that it is going to be no more now. We're not going to do any more of that. And we're going to need a bunch like this. One over there. And then gently knock these out. Can I reach? I can. This is what happens when you use cheaty cheat Madoka, says Giant Mushroom. Fair enough, fair enough. Gosh. What do you think about the username history not being public anymore, coming September the 13th, says the Drusef. I feel like it's one of those things where it's probably maybe a little bit easy to have a knee-jerk reaction of like good or bad, but like just think on it for a little bit. It's kind of like, it's quite mild, I think. Like, yeah, there's some positives, yeah, there's some negatives. Overall, I don't think it's a big deal, and it's probably good for like privacy reasons to protect players from having their, you know, histories investigated or whatever, right? Like the right to be forgotten and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that is the end of that. Really enjoyed that. Very good. If only I could order another one midstream. God. And that would be something, wouldn't it? Right, I think the whole chunk goes out together here. I predict that somewhere soon it's going to get a little bit painful. To make sure everything's good. We'll throw in a glow like in. Ah, we're getting real close. I'm going to do this a little bit on the custom way of doing things. And where do I want to go next is important because I'm about to lock myself out. I think on the inside I was using regular torches. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That will do. So, when we drift back here, when you go into the... Oh, somehow! I thought I got every single one of those. Was that the ender pearl? Okay. I'm just going to put those two there. Alright. So yeah, there's now no traditional way in. But you can see where to go. Up into this room. That's the way in and out of the ribcage now. Kind of makes me wonder if we need this glass here or not. I don't think we do anymore. Renovations, that's what we're making. I can't get enough of the LA totem. It's so cute, says Soren Lawrence. It is, isn't it? It's super duper cute. I love it. What I will say is I might want to make it go back at least a little further. That kind of depends on me. It's probably good enough, like moving around this area, so get rid of all of that. Eagle Joey, thank you ever so much for 4 months. Love the content. Thank you, my dude. Glad you're enjoying it all. Oh yeah, let's do this old trick. Now I can see where it all went. Gotta recycle it, gotta use it again, can't just leave it on the floor. Can't just, can you imagine living like that? Just throwing stuff away. Just like leaving it in the ground and not using it again. Ugh. That'd be absolute madness, that would, wouldn't it? I've been working on the item filters today, and let me tell you this. This system breaks so much. A lot of stuff in here I've been setting up filters for, and then they just break when I use them. It's not been good. Which is part of the reason I'm resorting to having another sorting system. Because these things I went round and I properly set everything up again. And they, I don't know, it seems to be like recurring materials that choose to break. Very odd to say the least. Probably put some more glass in there. So now we've got to reassemble our nether portal up top. And this one will, obviously... excuse me, burping again. God, it's like I've just drunk a hot drink or something. This one will have a little bit of symmetry going for it in the layout. Let's grab the old toolbox. And then flint and steel. So where is the middle? The middle is right here. A little bit of stone either side. And then give that a whirl. Supernoval says, hey X, soon to sit my GCSEs, got any revision tips or ways to revise? Let's see. Gotta hydrate. You know, I did terribly at school, and the one thing that I did revise for was the one grade I actually got half decent at. So there is something to study, and that's for sure. I think really it's about doing it. If you go look online, there's probably no shortage of tips for revision. The problem probably tends to be that it's boring or something like that. This needs to be higher up. I'm going to change something here. The stone blocks are very much a template at this point in time, right? That should be obvious. But yeah, just, you know, knuckle down and put in the work. Like, some stuff is important and it's not going to be exciting, but it's important to do it. That's how you get things done in life. Is that a resource pack to make your tools look cool, or is it mods? It's a resource pack that's part of the server. And so I have custom models to make the tools look amazing, awesome, super cool. Right, so for this spot here, yeah, you want it to be at that height. Not there, gosh. Just like this. Right, that's another job of a few. Looks much better like that now, doesn't it? This needs to be sort of down anyway because of the way the height of this thing is and that you need to interact with shulkers, but... So we're going to turn that one off. We're going to load a schematic that I made... I say I made today. I made the schematic. Did I make the build? No. Cybot, who's... I'm pretty sure I built a couple of his storage systems over time. Made me an upgrade of my Season 6 one, which is super cool. Super nice of them to do that. And it's faster, 33% faster, no, 31% faster. Hang on, I'm like, did I do it? Yeah. And then I need to like, something? My brain's like, something's not happening. You're talking, but there's something else that's supposed to happen. Here we go. Okay, so we move this thing about over here a bit, over there a bit. It needs to go down a bit, yeah. So yeah, this storage system is going to work in a way where the shulkers act as the filter, which is super important. Now that is the bottom corner one, so we've got it pretty close. There you go. So now it's in the correct position. You can kind of see where... Oh, yeah. Oh. Dang it! I'll figure that out another point in time. That won't be too much of a problem. But yeah, there's some redstone in the way. Oh, dear. Can't get everything right. Yeah, then we got this over here, the input and the empty shulker boxes. Now, the problem is, a lot of that space back there is... Dun dun dun! It's water, and we need to clear it out, which absolutely sucks. Before we get to that, we'll do a little bit of building over here. So on this side, I'm going to do the classic bulk storage thing, which means we need to make a whole bunch of chests. I don't think there's lots of water right here. Oh, wait a minute, there is. So maybe it's like water clearing time. Water clearing time with X. Oh, what will X be doing today? I hope it's water clearing. Need me some of that water clearing time. That's me doing your voice, by the way, because that's what you sound like. You just don't know it. Comedian. Watch out. Right, enough with goofy, silly jokes. I need to go back up to the top. Mm-hmm. Put that back in there. Right, so we're doing some hot sponge action. And I need the hoe. Some hot sponge action with my hoe. Sounds perfectly normal. X, do you think Lego makes you more creative and improves your imagination? I think it'd be easy to say yes. But I think if you're like a creative and imaginative person, you're going to find things that you can be creative with. So if you give Lego to someone who isn't, maybe not. But in general, I do think it encourages that kind of behaviour. Look at this. The super hoe just smashed up that glass. Here's another area that needs some renovation, by the way. God, that thing's loud. Well, that's going to give me some clicking RSI injuries, isn't it? Oh, right, and it's broken the glass and I don't get anything back. Forgot how it works like that. Hey X, me and my friend are starting a mega base on a mountain. Any ideas? I know mega bases are all the rage and the trend and whatnot, but like... For me, it feels like sometimes it's fun to just focus on smaller scale things and find little interesting mechanics, which is something I did today. Sounds something really cool. And, yeah, this drive for, like, bigger Minecraft is... I don't know. Although Impulse's base looked absolutely incredible earlier. Absolutely incredible. Gotta say. Right, so we've got to clear out some sponge. Some water. Get it right, mate. What's going to help us here? There's something's going to help us do this. Aqua Infinity and Respiration. Absolutely are we going to put that on. Now, there's something else as well. Conduit would go a long way. I don't have a conduit. Why is that like... Where's number 7? Wait. Where did number 7 go? I am now horrified that it has accidentally either been lost or put... What is number 7? Because it's not lights. Oh, dang. Let's go down. I'm horrified that I've put it in here and it's been emptied. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? If it's been emptied, I took them all out and put them up there. So there could be a massive derp coming in. Or I've lost it. Like, where on earth would number 7 be? Did I take it out and leave it somewhere earlier? Useful items, light. 7. What's 7? It's not these two. It's not in my inventory. Just triple check it's not one of these. Because I was looking for just that, really. Night vision, right? Then we started talking about a conduit. 7. Someone in chat's got to know. So if one of these has like... Oh. Is this going to be helpful? I can kind of scan over and see their names, right? So it's probably not any of those. Where is number 7 then? I'm calling this a good and thorough scan right here. It's not here. Chat, I am watching you like a hawk. One of you smarty pants is going to remember what number 7 is. Rose Quartz 184, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciated. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. What's number 7? 7 is not logs. Logs are over here. Is it? No, I don't have one for dyes. You know what? I was using it earlier for something. I reckon I might have lost it. It might have just... Dang. Might have just lost it. Which really annoys me because I bet there's something valuable or important in there. Now I'm like, I need to know. What's the plan when 7 is found? I don't know. I can't even remember what it is to begin with. Ah, it's a real head scratcher. What's before nether blocks? But maybe it's one I don't really use a lot. I'm pretty sure... No, redstone's number 4. Look, redstone's red. Maybe check Ren's statue where you had last been before starting the stream. Yeah, that's a likely place it could be. Dang it. Alright. See, I don't even have a crazy amount of rockets on me. Absolutely tear through these things. Well, I guess we're on pause for a minute and go look for that. Did you leave it at your bone tower? We haven't been to the bone tower today. Or maybe in a different... No. It's definitely... I've definitely lost it either today or this stream, because I remember earlier in the day having everything in order in my shulker box. Because I've done a load of sorting of items today, right? I'm working on the filters, so it has to have been recent. It couldn't have been like a previous stream. Wait, I've gone to the wrong spot, maybe? Maybe it's in Impulse's house. If I recall correctly, we didn't put any ender chests down over there. Okay, here we go. So, I may have left it somewhere around here, but we only went in the first 2 floors. So it's not here, is it? No. Dang it, that's so annoying. It'll come to me later, let's crack on. It'll just come to me at some point, won't it? Like, I'll be like, oh, I know what that one is now. And then, it'll be fun and games. I think I know what it is, actually. It did just pop into my head. And I know where it is now, because it popped into my head, I know where it is. Oh. Ah. Right. If anyone in chat can guess, you get 1,000,000 dirt points. 1,000,000! Oh! So many dirt points. You'll be a legend forever. But only if you can guess what it is. 1,000,000 dirt... Wait, that's a person. Ah! Now my face is in a wall. That's Cleo. Looking like a ghost. Like... What is she up to? Wearing black and, look well ghostly. Cleo! What are you doing? There's all this, like, black background in the hub, and it was just like a floaty head. Oh well. Ghostbusters, yeah. X hint, says Luna. I'm standing on it. That's your hint. That's your hint. Oh, and portal synchronization works, if you were wondering. Ah! No, not good enough. Try again. Ah! Nope, y'all are late. Y'all are late. I'm not giving. You're not getting any points. You're late. Okay. Too late. I was already back in the base. Plus, I don't know who was first. That's what it was. See, I was up there sorting out. Once I started to talk it through, it was like, oh yeah, I've been sorting out filters all day, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I spent ages doing the glass one. That's the one. Anyway. It's talkie time with X. What are we going to talk about today? Because now we're doing a grind, we'll have a waffle. Oh, and I should probably get some more stone. Well, we got noises in the ear. We got Rose Quartz 184 here with the Prime, and Fenny Toinico with some cheers and bits. Thank you so much for the biddies. No message with that one, but greatly appreciate the support, and hope you're entertained. What's the big thing that's happening in the world that everyone wants to talk about today, hey? Always good to waffle about waffles. I mean, I could waffle about pancakes. I brought some. I'm going to have pancakes, eggs, and bacon. Really like that combo. Treating myself a little this... Oh yeah, this is what the night vision's for, right? Now she's blowing herself up. I tell you, that Cleo's up to something. Up to something. Dressing all ghostly and whatnot. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna plug this thing. I'm gonna build a wall about here, I think. Not claiming Independence Day from the King. Definitely an interesting subject. I am out of the blue on that one. She's making a head collection. Ah, yeah, I guess, and we've seen a different skin, right? Yeah. Gotcha. Will you change how the bow texture to 3D, or are you comfortable with that? I'm going to change it because people wanted to see it changed, so it'll happen. How do you get the skull tools? We have a resource pack for that. I'm wondering, is there a better block than just good old stone for like portioning this up? Like you could use scaffolding and then punch it away, but it can be waterlogged, so no good. Do you listen to any podcasts? I do. I love listening to podcasts. Today though, I've just mostly been listening to music, watched a few YouTube videos. That's about it really. Had some other stuff I had to do as well. Are you eating bone meal? Yes, I am. Have you watched Rings of Power? No, I haven't. And do you know what? I haven't seen people raving about it. Like, I've seen people asking, but I haven't seen anyone really talking about it much. Which maybe suggests it's not that great. Speaking of the new Megadeth album, did you pick up a copy? I have. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm just not finding metal that interesting, like, consistently. Always love it, and every now and then something catches my ear, but... I mean, I just get the feeling like Megadeth probably won't have much to offer that's new or exciting. It doesn't feel like anyone in metal offers anything that new or exciting. Just the same old metal. Like, Revocation's new record came out today. Gave that a listen, and I'm like, it's good, but none of this stuff just has an impact on me, because it's just the same old metal. Just the same old thing. Ozzy's got a new record out? How's Ozzy got a new record out? Isn't he, like, really sick and unable to tour and stuff? Where do you think the most new interesting music is coming from? Be hard for me to say because I haven't really had my head in like what's air quotes poppin', but I feel like my tastes, although they broaden with time, they've broadened rather nostalgically as of late. Like I've been listening to a lot of 90s electronica and trance and a few things like that, and it's not really like anything that's cutting edge, so I couldn't really comment on that. How do you find the current metal scene different from the one you grew up loving? That's the problem. It's not different. It's just the same old thing over and over again. That's why I'm not really that into it, because, you know, Machine Head comes out with another album and it just sounds like same old Machine Head. Right? Like, Megadeth is probably just going to sound like Megadeth again. And, yeah, these bands had their time and place, and believe me, they're amazing. Like, everyone should listen to Megadeth at some point in time. Thing is, though, once you've listened to them for years and years and years, it's just, there's nothing new happening there, and yeah, it's just hard to get excited about any of it, because none of it just feels like, I don't know, it's coming up with some new ideas or anything. It's just, you know, and I love metal, it's great, it's enjoyable, but same old thing over and over again sometimes. It's occurred to me that I need a way out of this space that I've drained, and I only need to like remove a portion of this, right? Like, it's sort of more this space that I'm using, not all of that down there space. I still listen to P-Cells on my vinyl player. Awesome, that's cool. I almost got into collecting vinyls, but I'm not a collector, and I thought this is just going to be expensive, and I'm not really ever going to set it up. And I recently learned there is it's sort of been air quotes scientifically proven or whatever, but vinyl is not superior to digital in terms of how we hear, because there's this thing going around for quite some time that, you know, vinyl's analog and analog's better and all of this, and turns out some scientists did the proper science on it, and it's like what's happening in your head when you listen doesn't know the difference between analog and digital. Better to that though is the fact that bass like requires deeper grooves in the vinyl, and because of that the fidelity of bass is worse with vinyl. And interestingly, like electronic music and like, you know, you imagine a big party atmosphere, rave event or whatever, like big thumping bass and all of that. I mean, it's interesting that that's where the fidelity is with digitally recorded music, and then it kind of thrives a little bit there. Anyway, it's fascinating stuff. I want to start listening to metal more. Are there any must-listen bands or songs? Says Respect My Authority. Yeah, like listen to Metallica, listen to Megadeth, listen to Slayer, listen to Pantera. Like, just go on Spotify and check out what their top songs are. Because I feel like in metal, a lot of the big popular songs are generally the ones worth listening to. And then if you really get into it, you know, you find there's all sorts of little gems tucked away here and there. Like if you like Pantera and you've never listened to Floods, like, whoa, what a little gem of a track that is. Maybe even more than just a gem. It's like a beautiful piece of music. So like, yeah, just keep going. I mean, you're so lucky today to have stuff like Spotify. Where I've been starting to use it, I just realized how great it is at like just giving you stuff you're going to enjoy. And you can just use the search feature, you know, and like think about, hey, what do I like? Like maybe you like atmospheric music. You want to get into metal. Have a little search for atmospheric metal and see what it throws at you, you know? Try and find some overlaps. You can explore music that way. I mean, I can give you recommendations, don't get me wrong, but like, your imagination for searching for stuff is a great tool with things like Spotify, and you can find all kinds of cool stuff, which is what I've been learning. Right, I'm really going ham here on this and not doing a great job. Sometimes it's like that. It's like, yeah, I know the room's a little bit bigger, but if I place these fast enough, it'll work, right? Of course it will. I need some torches on the way out of here. Yeah, and then if you like those bands I mentioned, those are like your classic thrash era Then you want to listen to, I don't know, maybe check out Slipknot, Machine Head, Korn. There's a band I really like called Helmet, which, to my ears, they're kind of like 1 foot in metal, 1 foot in grunge, 1 foot in, I don't know, their own thing. Yes, they've got 3 feet, okay? Gah. They're a band. They've got more than 3 feet. There's multiple people involved. God, you thought you were so clever. Where'd I get this obsidian from? Huh. Do not know. We'll go to the Nether and we'll dry out some sponges. Jonah Phil, thank you ever so much for 2 months of support, and Ed Network for 73. 6 years, 1 month, never had a relationship this long. Thank you so much for the support, my dude. It's immense. Immense. Hope you keep enjoying what we do. Wait, I've got this the wrong way around, haven't I? How about Porcupine Tree? Hey, if any of you are like, oh, what does X listen to? I'm interested in what X thinks about music. I got a music blog. I write about records. I wrote about one today. I like to try and... Well, the purpose of the music blog is, like, firstly a catalogue for myself of all the things I've listened to over time. There's, like, over 1,500 entries now of, like, different records I've listened to in recent years. Then it's like a vent and expression, because I listen to music and I get all these ideas in my head about it, and like all these words and stuff, and I get a place to go and put that. And then third, I guess it gets to communicate to all of you. Like, you can have a little read and be like, oh, that sounds interesting, I'll go check that out. I try and describe stuff in a way that maybe is relatable as well, so it's basically those sorts of 3 things. And sometimes what I write about, like, veers more into one of those spaces depending on how I feel. Like, sometimes it'll be a bit more of just a record of, hey, I listened to this and I don't know, it wasn't so great, or I really liked it. And then sometimes it gets a bit poetic, and then sometimes it tries to be like writing for a reader type stuff. But I really like writing. I used to write poetry when I was a teenager, and I'll never share that with the world ever again. Okay? Teenage poetry, dodgy territory, let me tell you that. Yeah, but you know, like, although it was like air quotes cringy, I'm glad I did it. It was a great exercise. Good to express yourself. And yeah, you know, didn't really think I'd ever do that again, but I kind of feel like I do a bit of that through writing on this blog of mine. Do you like Turbo Negro? There's a band I haven't heard in a long time. Sort of remember them from like CKY and stuff like that, right? But no, I've never actually got into them. I don't really remember. I must have heard them, but just maybe it wasn't my thing. Aren't they like a bit more rock and roll? A bit greasy kind of sounding. Right, I hope I got everything. Yeah, that's everything. Just looking in the hotbar, I can count. So that should do me for... Let's put some lights down here. That should do me for this area. Getting all the chests in, which we're going to put in today. So we're going to put like a wall of chests in place to be like, bulk storage will go here. And that's... Like, I had to clear out all of that water, and it's only this top bit that I really need freed up, right? Like, all of that for this. I should have maybe thought about that a little bit more firsthand. That's Minecraft. That's just Minecraft over and over again. Doing stuff and then being like, oh, don't need that anymore. Respect my authority says, how do you get over the cringe feelings one gets when listening to one's voice on recordings? I think you got to think about like what is cringe a little bit. For me, like, although I use the language a lot, I tend to like not think in terms of cringe. So like when you cringe at someone else doing something, I'm like, we're all capable of looking like a silly goose every now and then, and everyone's a human with feelings and emotions, and I just think if you think about things in that way a little bit more, you might think about yourself in it. So like, you know, you want to go out into the world and do things, and yeah, sometimes you're going to be clumsy or not like the sound of your own voice, but it's really just a better idea not to get hung up on those things, you know? Because because when you're lying on your deathbed, you're not thinking, oh, I've had a long and wonderful life. But that one time when our recording does sounded so cringy. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Regrets in life. No, it's not going to be that, is it? That's not going to be... Like, it's not really that important. And it's just a barrier to you, like, trying things, really. I think you should just be a little less worried about that sometimes, a little less self-conscious, because it's really not a big deal, like talking and hearing your own voice back. And believe me, I was one of those people who used to hate the sound of my voice, but then when it became necessary to communicate and talking was all of a sudden this thing I was doing, it was certainly uncomfortable, but, you know, I had a reason to do it, and if I had let that hold me back, who knows, I might not be here right now talking to you in this environment, right? So think about how you got these thoughts in your head that are just holding you back from doing something. You never know where that's going to lead. Hey, it might mean nothing. You record, turns out you're not very good at it, or it doesn't go anywhere, or, you know, people don't want to hear whatever you're talking about. So what? Forget about it. Like, it's not a big deal. You're human. But the not doing bit, that's like, then you won't know, like, where that could have gone. Do you still use that old Logitech headset, says Cybot? Yeah, I do. And I saw some new ones that popped up online for about $300. And it's almost tempted to get one, but I think I've still got 2 new ones. I checked the box the other day. I've still got 2 new ones to fall back on, plus some old Yankee ones that I could potentially use if I really wanted to. But really, at some point, I should probably just get a new microphone, something a bit more modern and whatnot. Oh, okay, Carls. I think that, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. I know, yeah, Carls, maybe another time. We'll talk about when and where and how. I hadn't really thought of that. Still setting things up there, right? Just put it on the notes and we'll talk about it, and yeah. I just need to have a bit more of a think and a plan before I just jump into it, right? It will definitely something we'll do, but how, when, and why? Questions that I have. Right. So with this, oh god, it's awful in here. Luckily for me, I got a water bottle to drink. I love my voice how I hear it, but it's actually more high-pitched, and I don't like that. So I try to talk with a lower pitch when I record. It sounds alright. Oh, I'm glad you like your voice. That's good. You should like your voice, because you got one. And that's a miracle of life right there. Hey X, I was wondering how people might improve their self-esteem, says Just Me. Got to pay attention to that voice in your head, right, that says mean things to you. You're not good enough. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Right? You got to identify it and realize, oh, this is just popping into my head, but is it really you? It's probably not really you and how you really feel. And you know, the voice is there because to survive a long time ago, you know, we have a negativity bias. Got to be on the lookout for threats all the time. And then in this day and age, where you're not being hunted by, you know, the someone always says like hunted by a lion in a jungle. It's like, do lions live in jungles? You know what I'm getting at, right? Different environment, different sorts of threats. I feel like it just leaves you with space to overthink and to sort of turn it in on yourself where maybe it's not necessary. So like, give yourself a break. Be kind to yourself. Look out for those thoughts. Think about them a little bit. Be like, hey, where are these thoughts coming from? Is this really me? Is this really what I want? And you don't have to identify with those thoughts. You know, they don't have to be who you are. They're just something that's happening. Because that's the nature of our minds, right? In this day and age, all these thoughts popping into it all the time. All these distractions. And yeah, negative thinking is kind of a part of that. Obviously, there's a time and a place where there are real threats and whatnot, but a lot of this like self-doubt or being mean to yourself in your own mind. It's just like a bad habit. Your brain's just in a loop, and you want to give yourself a break. Be kind to yourself. What's your Myers-Briggs personality type? Don't know. I haven't taken that test. I don't really care much for taking those sorts of tests either. Like, whatever it tells me, it's like I'm not sure if that's going to be useful because I can figure out who I am for myself to some extent. Bronx says, my best tip for self-esteem: treat yourself as you would a friend. You wouldn't berate your friend for messing up or not being perfect. You'd encourage them and be honest but not cruel. That's a great tip. Yeah, that's a really good tip. I like that one. I like that a lot. Also, fake it till you make it actually works. Compliment yourself for giggles, for shifts and giggles, and train your brain to see yourself more positively. Yeah, you know, I'm not so keen on that way of looking at it. It doesn't really work for me. I like to start in a place of rationality, and then from there, like, for me, it's like rationality can clear out negativity when it's not relevant, when it doesn't make sense. And then from there, I can personally step into like more positive attitudes and things. But if I start with like trying to think positively, for me that doesn't help very much. But everyone's different, right? So like, you know, one thing is keep looking and trying and whatnot, and find something that works for you. Zenith says, hey X, been using your music blog for inspiration at work. Thanks. Awesome, dude. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, it's different for everyone, says Ender Light Stem. Yeah, and that's something you want to look out for with advice in general. Is just, you know, we're all unique, we're all individual, and when someone's telling you this is for you, this is the way, I mean, unless they know you very well, they're probably telling you what worked for them. I'm telling you what worked for me, right? But I'm also throwing it in a little bit of balance with saying, hey, this will work for me, might not work for everyone. It's hard for some highly intelligent people to accept themselves a lot. If you look back in history, the ones who make history books have always been the harshest critiques of themselves and foremost, says the Drew Seth. I don't really know about that. That has a little bit of like a romantic notion to it, and you hear sentiments like that about a lot of things. You know, these type of people historically have been like that or whatever. And what I notice about it is that it's easy to grab like a bunch of people in history and put them in a group, like they're all like this or they're all like that, and it's easy to not think about just how many other people participated in history who might not conform to that idea. Not trying to like dismiss you and say you're wrong, just that like a lot of stuff is perspectives, and a lot of perspectives start from a place of oh, another one. Like, not a lot of know-how. Music blog, chat, what does X do with it, says Luna Kaleda. I write about records that I listen to. Dante Red Eye, thank you for 32 months, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a fantastic time. And peeps, be sure to tune in again sometime tomorrow, earlier in the morning, like probably 7 hours earlier than this at least. I'll be doing our variety stream. I think I'm going to put it into the schedule on Twitch. I thought this through earlier and I realised that if I try and commit to a time, it's going to make other commitments a little bit tricky here and there. So it'll be mornings on Saturdays. Tomorrow it might be later than usual. Oh wait, I'm about to use those. You silly goose. Yeah. Right, where in here is another question, because might get away with clearing out some stuff over here pretty quick due to like where it is. Yeah, and then probably ain't gonna get much further than that, are we? God, the elytra is so annoying with water. It's one of those things where I'm like, you know, this needs to be fixed. Mojang, fix it, please. It's awful. Scar, says Luna. Later. Scar! We love you, Scar. So much excitement for Scar. Spooky Dokie says, wait, 7 hours for you or for me? I think you'll find that time passes at equal measurement for us both. Alright? It's not a time zone thing. It's not a time zone thing. At least I hope it isn't. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm talking about. Luna says, I feel embarrassed being called out. Chat, help. Remember that it's never personal with me. I just see a message and I'm like, let's be goofy. Alright? Not calling you out at all. Nothing wrong with sharing your passion and excitement for seeing Scar log on. Fine by me. I see an opportunity to have a giggle, I take it. Nothing personal. Ah! Jeez! Gosh, so dark in here. Ah! God, it's so annoying. I want to go back up there. So now lighting is part of the equation as it's getting harder to see, isn't it? Yeah, by the way, I mentioned the new Lord of the Rings thing earlier. And again, like, I did look at chat after and I didn't notice anyone raving about it again. I still have only seen people... No, actually, that's not true. Someone said it was like a 2-hour movie or something. I saw one comment saying it was like a movie, but I've not seen people rave about it. Like, what is going on? Is it not that good? Is it mediocre, average? It's okay so far, says Red Arc. I mean, that's some enthusiasm right there. Liger says, first episode slow and boring, second episode better. Yeah, I don't really feel like committing to watching any TV show or anything right now. I don't think I have the time for it. Just with some of the other things I've chosen to watch, like the American Civil War documentary by Ken Burns. Wow! Getting near the end of that, and it is just very immersive documentary. Just the way it's all put together, just gonna give you the feel and the vibe of the time. It's really good. Also, new Rick and Morty season. You know what? I'll watch it probably at some point, but like... I feel like the first few seasons are just like classic. They really hit you and you remember lots of bits of it. And then the later seasons, I haven't remembered as much. I'll definitely watch that. I know I love that show, and having a giggle's always good. Hey, we got Black Steel 53 here for 15 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Great to see you. Thank you for your continued support. I hope you enjoy the stream we do here today. Hey X, I started playing Minecraft 2013 and watching your videos in 2015. Been following since then, man. 2018 I stopped playing, but I am still watching Hermits as entertainment. Sometimes what you and the Hermits do as projects make me want to play again, but I don't have enough time. Love watching, hearing the VODs while I exercise at the home gym from Argentina. Awesome, my dude. That's awesome. You know, loads of people vicariously play Minecraft through other people. It's very common. Because it's such a, like a big time-consuming committal kind of game, right? And when you can see other people play it and do cool stuff, it kind of scratches that itch. Bear's been rewatching Death in Paradise. Not sure if I've stumbled across that show before. Yeah, not sure at all. Anyway, I think I'm gonna watch a bit of X-Files. Just really kind of fancy that at the moment. Love that like mid-90s pace it's got to it. Just so easy to just follow. Prime of all roll. Thank you ever so much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Plus, it's got that theme tune. I mean, that theme tune's so iconic, right? The show itself is, you know, I think some people just know it as a meme these days, but, like, it was a very influential show. I don't know what you'd call it, really. It was like the culture beat or something. One of those fancy terms they use for, sort of being the big thing everyone would talk about at the time or whatever. I love the push and pull between Scully and Mulder, the believer and the skeptic. It's such good writing. Yeah, it really is. Gives it a good kind of, good like way of going through the story from like a couple of perspectives at once. I always like that. So yeah, we kind of need to suss out like where the top and bottom of all of this is, essentially, next. Also, double check that is good. We have the right amount there. Yeah, I'm not looking to build this. I might start gathering some materials for it, but I could just navigate. There we go. We want to see how high this goes to begin with. So this is definitely a better side for us to approach all of this from. Uh-oh. Looks like there was a little pocket of water right there. And now it's gone. Oh, there's more! The sequel. Dang it. And there's more again. Uh-huh. Hopefully that's the last of it. Yeah, so we'll chop all of this out. And try and do that all the way across. What else do peeps want to talk about today while we do this grind? You tell me, chat. I'm here to entertain. Minecraft Live? There's not much to say about it other than like I'm all ears. Like I'm waiting for it, right? Like it's gonna be here soon. Learn about the next Minecraft update and all that. Grian joins, says Hinochi. I think you're mistaken. No, Grian isn't on the server right now. I think you just mistook one of the other hermits for Grian. What's your take on the recent chess drama, says King Homer. Oh yeah, accusations of cheating. You know, I really don't know a lot because I am not into the chess community much at the moment, even though I've been playing lots of chess puzzles. It's just one of those things. I think like you need to let it play out a little bit when there's accusations of cheating. Let the authorities investigate, do what they do. Give the person the benefit of the doubt, humbly, you know. Like obviously you're not trying to be a sucker, but like there needs to be room to do things diligently. You know, and that's me just guessing because I don't know. I don't even know the details. Like, was it blatant cheating? I don't think it was. I think to cheat in chess, probably need to do some pretty covert stuff, right? Stub Uncle Mike here for 12 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Oh, here we go. Fell down. How do you cheat on chess, says Gromera. We use the chess engine to look up moves and tell you what the most advantageous ones are, I assume. You eat the pieces. I eat pieces of bone meal, that's for sure. I think I'm going to switch to standing up. My bum feels kind of numb. Sana of Scarva says you can cheat at chess. Yes, again, by using a chess engine. So, let's say you and I are playing a game, and then you're like, X, why are you on your phone? I'm like, shut up, I'm not on my phone. You're like, I saw you under the table, you had the phone out. I was like, no, I've not got the phone, here's this brilliant move. And you're like, oh damn, what? Checkmate in two from that position? I think it's got something to do with that phone you were looking at. Look, you've even got an engine installed on your phone, X. It's open right now. It said you used it a second ago. Okay, the silence is because I've already run out of the room. I skedaddled right out of there, out of that imaginary chess match that we just had. Skedaddled right out. Favourite chess player in history? Mine is Tao, says, well, that one went off the chat, top of the chat quickly. So, I haven't really, like, watched enough games or, like, understood chess enough to, like, really, you know, see strategy and stuff like that emerge. I've seen some brilliant moves. The way they talk about the difference in class between chess players with Bobby Fischer is kind of interesting. But then, you know, he's also crazy and... I don't know, like I haven't found like a personality or a story yet that's like stood out to me, and I haven't watched a crazy amount of chess. I just occasionally watch this one guy, I forget his name. It's got one of those names you have to sit down and think about a little bit. Really enjoy watching them explain the chess games. We're being raided by one, the only, it's Impulse, who I punched earlier. God. Were you around for that when I punched Impulse? What a rude hermit I am. Impulse! What did you just do? No, that's actually my little schematic thing. Thank you so much for the raid, my dude. Greatly appreciated. Welcome over the raiders. If you'd like to know what we're doing, I'm working on my base. I've had, you know, I built a big storage system and I'm not entirely happy with it. And now I'm working on a solution to that, which involves me up here clearing out a massive space for redstone, basically. So we're just chilling, chatting, digging. Been moving nether portals around, gonna place a bunch of chests in a bit, just having a good time on Hermitcraft as always. Whoa! Fell down again. Bear, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Lunar Collider. Appreciate you doing that. We've got ES68 here for 27 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate your continued support, peeps. There was one thing I thought people were gonna ask me to talk about today. But I have not seen it mentioned in chat yet, which I was kind of surprised by. Let's put some of this stone away, because we're collecting a lot of it, and then eat. And maybe find a home for those. Yes, there it is. Yeah, the Queen passed, of course. Sad news when someone dies, isn't it? How could it not be? But some of you may know that I'm not really like big on the royals as an institution, but you know, as people, they're all people. So obviously the passing of the Queen is sad. For me, not really mourning or anything like that. I've also deliberately been avoiding the news. I can definitely get suckered into the mood of moments in time like this. I remember when Michael Jackson died. That felt like going into a bit of a nostalgia black hole or something. It was like weeks of just watching Michael Jackson videos and sort of being like obsessed and listening to the music. And then I sort of thought, this doesn't really feel that healthy. This feels like obsessing on this. And you know, not being that big into the royals or the Queen or anything, like it wasn't a big deal. But you know, she's a remarkable person who's done remarkable things, and you know, I don't believe in the institution of a royal family or the idea of bloodlines and that there's any importance to it. It's a theatre of power to me. But for the people that reside within it, you know, if you believe in these ideas, then I believe the way in which she believes she served her country is, you know, probably quite a noble thing, right? So yeah, it's like a big event that I'm not that invested in, but at the same time, you know, it is very significant. And there are these events that come along in life that feel like chapters, like moments in time that mark a year or something like that. I think that'll be this for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to remember, you know, 2022, we lost the Queen. You know, someone who's 96, was it 95 years old, you know, she served during World War II, and we're losing people that remember that, you know, that were around then. And it's just a reminder of how this is life. Time goes by, people pass, the generations change, you know. The world and society keeps evolving to the next thing. There has been too many deaths this year, says Aiden Star. What I found through the years is that you will always find someone saying that, because you remember the deaths that are relevant to you. The Queen's death is probably relevant to everyone as just being such a globally recognizable figure. As you get older, when you're young, you don't know about as much stuff and what's out there in the world. You don't know as many people or things that they've done. And then as you get older, you accumulate more knowledge of, like, this band, those people, right? And then you hear about the deaths and the people passing, and it feels like it gets faster and more frequent, and, you know, you experience time faster the older you get too. So these things kind of compound, and I've seen it happen a lot, like over the last 10 years. You know, before then it kind of felt like deaths of, like, people you knew, or people like celebrities out there, or however we want to describe them. They felt like more rare and wild, and then all of a sudden, as time picks up, it just they keep coming. You learn about more people. We're in a more connected world. It feels like all these forces just mean as you get older, there'll just be more and more awareness of who's passing on and whatnot. I did not realise she'd been ill. Then again, at 96, you don't need to be very sick. What I've been reading is she was a remarkable person, says FX Soons. Yeah, she definitely was. Had an incredible life. When I was younger, I had a much more, I think, naive and slanted take. It'd be like, screw the Queen. I don't like royalty and all this stuff. And you know, I don't think we should have a monarchy. I don't believe in bloodlines and power in that way. Don't think that's how it should be done. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're also human beings. And they're brought up into that. And, you know, if you're a royal or a queen, it's part of your identity. It's part of who you are. And I kind of realised that, you know, well, I'm against the idea. I'm not against people. So I can appreciate that she's done a lot of remarkable things with time here, and probably a person really worth watching a documentary on and just learning about. Like, even if you're not into it, even if you're like, nah, I don't like this royal stuff, totally worth learning about. Like, you don't have to agree with the idea to understand, like, all the things that's transpired over her life. It's fascinating. The amount of people, like Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister when she became Queen. That's just, like, extraordinary. She's like a bridge from the past to the present. But yeah, she's passed away. I honestly think that some people have forgotten that she was a person, that she had a family, with some of the incredibly offensive things that have been posted, says Emu Gamer. Ah, yeah, so now we get to the memes and all that kind of stuff. I haven't paid a lot of attention to it. It crossed my mind at some point. I'm like, this is one of those events that's going to, like, play out with memes. Like, memes are going to be a part of this. And in this day and age, memes are kind of like, you know, say whatever you like a lot of the time. And I've seen some very, let's say, deliberately offensive or maybe comical, depending on where you're coming from. I'm the sort of person that doesn't really take offense to much. So I just see it as like, okay, that's your sense of humor. Alright. Didn't make me laugh or whatever. But yeah, I've seen some, like, you know, pretty crazy memes going around about her passing, and sometimes it makes me a little concerned for how people deal with things. Like, if you don't care, that's fine, but, like, sometimes that seems that, like, it's almost like you don't care, but you got to shout about the fact that you don't care, which is something I used to do when I was younger. Used to, you know, like, I used to think, oh, I'm not one of these sheeple like everyone else. I'm a free thinker. I've got to shout about it, you know. I ain't a conformist. Stupid ideas like that. See a little bit of that sometimes too. I suppose people always make fun of other people. Maybe it has gotten more blunt recently, says Sheep the Vampire. I think it's just easier to find it. There's always been that sort of like vulgarity and humour towards things. Sometimes the humour is a way of coping and dealing with this stuff, but I think it's just so much more accessible in our interconnected world. If you want to, you can find it, right? Like if you want to find someone making horrible, offensive jokes about the Queen right now, I'm sure if you did some digging around, it wouldn't take you long to find something like that, right? Like, someone's out there doing it. Honestly, it's been all I've seen on social media since it happened. It's a bit much, in my opinion. Well, I would say this, that, you know, this is probably one of the biggest deaths. She's probably the most recognisable person on the planet. I couldn't think of anyone else alive more well-known around the globe, so it's going to be a big deal, and it'll be probably a big deal for a while, and then there'll be, you know, like, I remember, you know, when Michael Jackson died, it was just over the news everywhere for a while, and then like a year later it was like back again because it was a year anniversary, but then they like get quieter over time. Like there was a bit of a rumble on like the 5-year anniversary, and then 10 years, I don't even remember a peep. Just kind of how things work. Right, yeah, does that give me enough room? I think I need to clear out... no, that's probably it, really. Clear out a little bit more over here. Some of you are mentioning Technoblades and TFC. Yeah, so, you know, within the Minecraft community, there's been some deaths this year too. I'm not grieving for Prince Andrew protectors or those who take from the state poverty fund to heat their palaces, says Massive Sam. Oh, come on. Come on, Sam. Haven't you heard about his sweating? He can't sweat, the poor guy. You know? I don't know how that works with the heating bill. Turn it up all the way, won't notice, doesn't sweat. Oh dear. There is a difference between caring and the need to disrespect the death of a human being. You don't have to care, but dang, people don't need to be disgusting about it either. Yeah, that's right, Carl. That's what, like, I find interesting about the tweets and stuff is like, when you don't care about something, why do you have to shout about it? I know I used to behave like that, and I maybe haven't thought on that enough to like come up with an answer. But it's a behaviour we'll see. It's like, hey, yeah, okay, right, you know. You don't care for the Queen, that's cool, but like, there are people that are, and people are grieving. It's like I said with the Technoblade thing, people were commenting about it, then other people were like, why are you commenting this on X's videos? It's like, if it's grievance, just let it be. Let people grieve in the way that they want to. That works for them. The Queen was a figurehead with no power, it was the government that just made decisions, says Jules of 64. Yeah, you know, you can say that. You can chalk these things up many ways, because technically she did have the power, right? Like, she just never used it. But, I mean, she's part of an institution that has other types of power, right? That's the thing you want to think about. And lots of wealth, and where does it come from? Who's funded it? Many things to be said about the royal institution, and I'm not favourable of a lot of them myself. And, personally, I hope, you know, not in a way that's... destructive or anything, let's say, but like I hope that maybe the monarchy can come to an end over here now. The monarch is the head of the military, says Shu. Yeah. And you know, it is largely symbolic, but it's still a thing, it's still there. Luna Collide says, I grieved, but I chose not to mention him in other people's chat. Yeah, that's your choice, though, right? Like, and other people choose to. And it's, I think, just when it comes to grieving, just let people do it how they do it. There's going to be a lot of grieving around the Queen. And I can imagine maybe in some households where you've got conflicting ideologies between people, you know, someone's upset and then someone else is like, oh, screw the Queen or whatever, why do you care about her? Just let people be. We all got different ideas about this thing and that thing. I'm done with that bit now, so we're on to the next bit, which means coming back down here. And yeah, some of this stuff next. Like an equal amount of each, maybe? Or apparently I've got way more of this stuff, so we'll use that. I think a lot of people have felt disgruntled with Britain as a country and are using this as an opportunity to have a discussion about it, but I'm not sure it's been done the best way, says Rennet. There's plenty of reasons to be disgruntled with Britain's history. You know, history sort of changes with time. That sounds like a really strange thing, right? But we can look back at the past and change our attitudes on it as time goes by. So imagine the attitudes of people in America post-Civil War, then after the Civil War, then 100 years later, and 150 years later. Like, society's changed, and the way we look back on those events, they feel different. So like, people who can be seen as being, you know, the most progressive or big figures of humanity or something, and then time goes by, you go back and you look at their ideals, and all of a sudden they seem out of shape with where time is now. And I could totally see how people will already have started to see Britain in that light for the colonialism. There's no excuse for it, really. There's a lot of theft and whatnot of... Just wondering over here how big I can make this bulk storage. Because I've got this thing laid out for access to the shulker box, and again, like, one of the ideas is just to get away from that supersymmetry all the time. So maybe if we actually create a little bit more space here, maybe on this side we do something a little bigger, a little further back. Maybe the steps go down a bit deeper or something. History isn't as far removed as people may believe. It's all part of the same story that hasn't ended yet. Yeah, that sounds about right. People are worth your respect. People you don't like are not even worth your disrespect. Conclusion, never need to disrespect anyone, says Castle Becky. I feel like I naturally agree with that, but maybe haven't thought on an idea like that a lot. So yeah, when it's bulk storage, I can sort of picture that ledge where you like lean down, pick up more of the stuff. So like, you have a gap of 2, and actually these are going to go lower as well as higher. We can kind of like reach down. For that block certainly. I also just don't know how many materials are going to go in this bulk storage thing. I guess it'll be dictated by however wide I decide to make it. It's all the way down there. And then how high does it go? Probably go like 1 higher. Yeah, 1 higher than that. It does feel a little bit overkill at the same time. Just can't make up my mind. And I've made so many of these, like, what does it matter? I'm looking at chat, by the way. I am personally just tired of seeing deceased famous personalities on TV for days on end, because it feels like it's being pressured in our face, and it also feels like the person can't rest. Yeah, I have a little bit of a disdain for the news cycle, although I don't know that I can be so critical of it quite as you expressed it. I don't know, like, how is the right way to do it? Everyone has like a different idea, and I guess the people that run the network kind of bring a tone or some sort of vision for how they think it should be done. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ditch like the low down stuff over here. But I think I'm going to put the floor there. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to ditch this entirely, actually. Let's just... So we push this back a little further, so you come a bit more into a space here. I'm going to push it back 1 further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it'll be the same height as that. We're just putting it in a different position. Think about it all day. I thought about it a little bit. That'll do. Let's crack on and build it now. X the overthinker. And where is it? It's a little bit higher than that. It's pretty cool to see different people's reasonings and opinions. I like to think, says Xylophone. Yeah, totally. I like hearing lots of opinions and thoughts and perspectives, and not just trying to take like a hard line on something and listen to other people and understand. And you know, you don't have to have an opinion on everything. You don't have to have a strong opinion or a weak opinion. But if you inform yourself, you'll probably find there's areas where things make sense to you, and maybe it's your place to speak about it to some extent. But that's got to start with a place of like respecting other people's opinions and listening to other people. The British Empire was run by Parliament, not the Queen, says Twink. But you know, like the Queen is a part of the story. No matter what, it's like all wrapped up in the lore, isn't it? And the mythology and the story. You know, you can simplify things and say, oh, the Queen didn't, you know, actually have power. You know, it was the government, but like she's part of the story, and technically she does have the power. That's an important detail. Well, whenever you try and like simplify things, it kind of loses some important detail, I find. Do you think we should transition into a republic or continue with our current system, says Massive Sam? There's a question I don't have an answer for. I know that I think we should move on from a monarchy. I mean, just off the top of my head, the kind of government style that appeals to me would be probably more... how would you say? I'm trying to think of the right words. They call it social democratic, but like some of the European countries like Denmark and Norway and possibly Sweden, where you have like way more political parties and a lot more representation. So there's less of this like two-party system and more of lots of different parties that work together. I feel like when you have two parties, it just seems like when like the Conservatives and Labour, I've been sort of like a lefty in the past, and then I've listened to people on the right talk about politics, and I've come to like better understand different perspectives. But the thing to me that makes sense is not like to be one or the other. It's to have like an area of knowledge and expertise, and then to work with other people. So that's something I think you see more in those countries where you have like lots of parties, because it's not about like them banding together and getting their way on all their different points. It's about these elected officials working together and figuring out how they represent their constituents, you know, and that involves compromise. It doesn't mean about winning everything all the time. And when I look at UK politics on the telly every now and then, you see them talking in Parliament. It's always got this feeling of like back and forth at each other, like you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, and then the other side, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I just want to see something where you see them working together on something, right? Where it's like, hey, we see the world this way, and you know, you see it that way, and here's some points where we think you need to concede, and yeah, maybe in this area, you know, we can compromise there. To me, it feels like that's how things get done. And I don't know how you achieve that. Vlad asks, do I read history-related books? I do not, but I watch a lot of documentaries and edutainment on history. It's always a fascinating topic to learn about stuff. There's this channel that I subscribed to absolutely donkeys ago. It would have been during World War I that I subscribed to them. Sorry, World War I plus 100 years. Because I was watching the coverage of World War I week by week, 100 years later. And they started up this sister channel called It's History. And I just, whenever I saw the videos in my feed, I thought it was the World War I channel, and at some point I just decided I wasn't really watching that anymore. But one of the videos really caught my eye, and then I noticed they had like 1 million views, And I was like, oh, is this the same channel? And I'm like, wait, it's history? No, that's not the same channel. And then I'm like, I'm subscribed to this channel, but I don't remember how and why. So I do a little digging into the videos, and it's like, oh, it's that sister channel from years ago. And they've actually been active all this time. And so at some point in time, I've managed to check out from their content. I don't know if I did that intentionally and then forgot, or maybe it was like a YouTube thing where it stopped showing me the videos, but like, they're making awesome content still. And I'm like, how did I get like out of the loop on this one? This is really cool. So we're going to have like one item of each. I think I'm just going to make this thing big. Yeah. I'm also thinking when I design this room layout a little bit, I might want to have the walls come across. So there's like an entrance and then you step into like this big space as opposed... Yeah, I might move some of those chests again. Oh dear. I really do want to do something cool with the layout, so... Yeah, that's just a little too... I'm going to move it all back 2 blocks. I don't care. I don't care. We just hang out on Waffle and do stuff. Yeah, I'm going to move it back a couple of blocks. How many other Hermits or Minecraft streamers... This is a great question now. How many other Hermits Minecraft streamers fuss over details like I'm doing right now? How is what I'm doing with like constantly assessing where to put these chests compared to other streams you've seen? Is it something that happens a lot, or is it just me? You know, I'm going to feel good if you tell a lot, and I'm going to feel bad if you tell me it's just me. All of them that I've seen, all of them lol. Alright, all the questions first coming in are just saying all. Everyone does this in Minecraft then, okay? Yep. Alright, that to me feels like, yeah, it feels like everyone in Minecraft's... Because it makes so much sense though, because you're creating the world, right? And it's just easy to then fuss over details and wonder, hey, if I do this now, is it going to backfire later? You know? Anyway, we haven't got like crazy deep into doing something and then been like, uh-oh. It's like, we're just getting started here. And I feel like 4 blocks between here and there will have like a good feel to it too. One Tired Crow says, I got like 6 main parties I would vote for here in Canada. There's so much you have to know to properly vote and get the right people to advocate for the same things you do. Politics is hard. If it's hard, I mean, what you described sounds better because it's hard, but I don't know a lot about how things work over there. Like, surely making big decisions as a country should be hard. Whereas it seems like a lot of stuff is just political fighting and scoring points and then blaming the other party if something doesn't work, and not a lot. It's like if we had some leader come along who just like takes responsibility when things go wrong, they'll probably get kicked out. And it's like, well, hang on a minute, like how many leaders like blame someone else when things go wrong? Maybe we actually want someone that can take responsibility. Maybe there's something to that. I got a Swift Sneak on, and it changes up building a little bit. A fair little bit. Sheep the Vampire says it's just so much, and you need to start somewhere on the design of your builds. Where do you start, Xisuma? The starting point is an interesting one. It's, I don't know, really. Like, starting points can be all over the place. Like, does it start with inspiration? Does it start with necessity? Is there a goal, an objective? Or a vision? I couldn't really tell you, because I feel like maybe all the things that I do, they all start somewhere different from one another for those reasons, right? Okay, I'm gonna do that. So yeah, we'll have like a bit of a wall set up over here, and then you go into this space and it can be super wide, storing tons and tons of different materials. So I'll put 2 extra on that, and we'll put 2 extra down here. And that is a crazy amount. And again, like if it turns out that's not enough, extend it a little bit more in either direction. Also got to consider that the items then drop down and go into the filter system down below. Right, more chest placing. Which music do you listen to during workouts, says Matsubu? Most of the time it's like metal or hip hop, but that's been changing a bit lately. But yeah, usually I'll put something on with a fair bit of energy. I definitely don't put my like ambient temporal music on. However, I absolutely love listening to some of that while I have a coffee and then play some chess puzzles. It's like my brain goes into focus mode. Love it. You start by loading your world, says Mad Cow Chow. Well, if intended as a joke or not, one of the best things to do is to start, you know? If you're trying to figure out how, just getting started. You know, if you open the Minecraft world, you're more likely to place a block. You place one block, you're more likely to place another, you know? And then, before you know it, you've started creating something. So, there is some wisdom there somewhere. How did you load up more chests on the hotbar after you ran out? I used middle click just to bring up the next ones. By the way, we've got 1,200 peeps tuned in. Be sure to hit the follow button if you're enjoying the stream. And again, let's see if I can get this right. So let's imagine it's 20 minutes into the future, which means it's 9 o'clock here. Sometime around 12 plus 3 hours, 15 hours from now, going to do some variety gaming. It's going to be a regular thing that I do Saturday morning. I've got, I think, like the next month and a half lined up of games. And the one that I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm really like pumped to play actually. I checked it out and I'm like, this is going to just be like a bit of a different gaming experience. And yeah, I can't wait to show you it really. It's just an odd little game. I say odd, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just going to be something different. Quite a lot of variety because it's like multiple things in one go. So there's that tomorrow, and then there'll be others in the future. And yeah, really no shortage of stuff actually. I've been sent quite a few game keys, and even for the things that I got on my list, there's other stuff I can follow it up with. So it's just the thing I want to do. I kind of want to keep my head in the space of experiences, you know, like different gaming experiences, and I'm really interested in game design. I always want to explore that avenue of things, and one of the things that can help is just playing games and thinking about it, like what the experience is, and learn things about game design that way too. Chat had a dirt moment. What time did X say? Around 15 hours from now, I think you can probably expect me to turn up. But depends what time I wake up. I try to, you know, get a decent sleep, and sometimes if I need to lay in, I'll lay in, you know, and then I got to do all my morning routine and workout and stuff, so there's all of that. You know, we've done some water clearing today, and I'm just thinking there isn't much more to do over this side, so I can dig out a space here for our projects at some point in time. One of the very few things I like of the political system here in Canada is that even if you vote for the small party, it actually counts because they get elected for the region. They get a seat in the assembly and they cast a vote for any legislation. And even if they don't get the seat, they get more funding next time versus voting for the president. Yeah, that's what I like the sound of. I like the sound of like you voted someone to represent you in your area, and then that power will be given to them in decision making that affects, you know, your area. That to me sounds like what it should be like to some extent. Just gonna put this here just to remind me that like there's gonna be a wall. Get a feel for that a bit. So yeah, I'm building everything out of stone because I don't know what palette I'm gonna use in here and stuff yet, but starting to see the shapes come together a little bit. Like over here, I left these things sort of deliberately lower for a reason, although then there got that thing actually sitting in the way, so I don't know how that will play out. And then this space, I mean, there's going to be all sorts of projects and stuff we can put back here, so we might have like another little hall to walk into and then have all sorts of things around it. God, I wish I was a cat, says TMNW2. Okay. Aristux says hermits work out. I think there's like a an assumption that gamers aren't healthy sometimes, or something in that direction. But that is not me. It's being at the computer that is the pain in the bum for me. Like, I like to move around and be active, and sitting at the computer all day can be a bit much. You know what I don't think I have in my base? I don't think I have like an infinite water pool anyway. And I used to always carry 2 buckets. I'm now reminded of what that missing item was because it's not there. So I think what I'm going to do is move this one over to... There should be a rule for this that like non-stackable / sortable items in here. Maybe with the exception of the sponges. Or maybe not, because I have this chest called useful blocks, right? And... you know, they are useful blocks. Iron, there's what, a valuables chest. Then we've got snow blocks, snow, a couple of beehives. Block of iron again. So, if you look at it now, there's actually room for these 2 things to come over here. And that means maybe I could put more actual tools in here. And then this would never really be used. Ender pearls, I guess. Maybe those should be in useful items then. Something to think about with the organisation of all this stuff, which been doing some things that are almost finished to come up with some new ways to organise stuff here. So yeah, useful items, that was it. So the leads, running out of, there's no duplicates here, right? Oh, there's that. I think I'll relegate that. That's not all that useful to me right now. Maybe the armour stands as well. Like, do I need... And I got 3 bottles of enchanting here, so there's room for more stuff in there too. Right, so what was it? 2 buckets of water? Where on earth can I find some water, eh, peeps? Where on earth can I find some water? Ow! Oh, not here? Is it? Oh! Bad space. It's a bad space there. Uh-huh. Oh, now I've got my infinite water pool sorted, haven't I? I'm gonna find one through here now, I've got a feeling. Did I put one in this area before? Well... Oh, that'll make my area down below drip. I don't want that. So like here and like there. And I wanted this for something. Other than just filling up chests. What was I going to go use it? Oh, I remember. Oh no, it's making a mess. What have I done? Disaster. Oh. Oh, it went all the way down there. That's just a... No, my precious... Oh, it didn't destroy all of it. Thank goodness. God. Thank goodness. My precious redstone. That redstone is doing amazing things for me. Over to that side, and then over to this side. Right, still nicely lit up down here, isn't it? Let's pop down below. What damage did it do in this area? Probably would have just flown over to... Oh, there's loads of carpet down there. I don't think it went to anywhere, actually. There's also... I think there's like a... Yes. I knew there was something over there to do. Right, that won't break anything. Now, when they're waterlogged, they shut up, don't they? I think that's how it's officially described by the Minecraft game. Waterlog it and it will shut up. Okay, I'm going to grab that and this. I'm going to go put it in the backpack. Don't forget to hydrate. I definitely need to do some hydrating. Okay, for the tool chest. And for my my helmet over here, got to change that around. I lay in the offhand. Right, we've got some lights somewhere in here. You know how we roll. Got to organise. Always got to organise. Ah, here's what I can do. See, look, I can put some iron in there. Just have a quick flick through all of these. This is the first time I've properly used it, isn't it? Goh. Got to keep doing that. And then I can, you know, I had a look, now I can do this. We'll get used to it eventually. Oh, got the wrong one. Gotta be organised or Pearl will show up. Pearl will never show up here. That's for sure. Because I am way too on the organisation. No one will ever catch me out. Yeah, then those things get to go back exactly where they need to. Do I have any plans for Halloween? I do not. I'm not really like a Halloween do-thing person, really. Anyways, we come to the end of the stream. Remember, in around 15 hours, I'll probably be back again doing some cool variety streaming. So, if you're interested, hit that follow button. If you want to stick around for a raid, I will be doing a raid. Just got to go pick someone out, right? Who are we going to raid today? Tango! Preparing for decked out. Perfect. More Hermitcraft action. Peeps. More Hermitcraft action. Yeah, thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. Thanks to all the mods, the patrons, and the peeps gifting subs. Y'all are appreciated. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.